What up, y'all?
What it do?
What it do? We about to get this podcast cracking.
Papa,
y'all ready?
Papa.
You ready?
I am ready. This thing still feels like it's off center, but
it's because you moved.
I did not move.
Sweetheart, slide closer to me.
I don't know sliding closer to you because my microphone is right here.
Sweetheart, you're fine, sweetie. This girl. All right, here we go, y'all.
Seem off center to me.
Here we go.
You can tell me what you think.
What up?
What's going on, Shawty?
How y'all doing?
How y'all doing today? Welcome to the Let's Make Out podcast, where we make out all things what?
Love, life, and laughter.
That's right.
Among other things that we just don't have a cool saying for.
I feel like everything fits in there. Some
love, life, and laughter.
Maybe not. Yeah.
Well, yeah, life can include. Life is very.
Life includes everything.
Robust.
Okay. Robust. Okay.
Robust, right? Like that.
So, if you're new here, I'm one of your hosts, Gabriel, also known as Gabe.
And I am your other host, the blessed man that gets to be married to Gabriel or Gabe, Chad. See, look at this.
See?
Really? It just comes on.
I guess we cueing the music. Oh, we gonna start it over? He's Chad, aka Babe, is what he was trying to say before he was so rudely interrupted. Why we can't get the music to start when it's supposed to?
Hang on, stop.
Oh.
It stopped. I stop recording.
Oh my goodness.
Stop recording. Yeah, so apparently music just wanted to start for us.
So who are you again?
So I am Chad, aka Babe, aka
Struggle City when it comes to the music.
Hey, the music just don't work the way that she thinks it works.
Can we just cue it? Let's just.
Okay, we're gonna cue it
for real this time.
Okay, hopefully it works. And right now. What it do, y'all?
It's about to drive me insane. We need some new equipment. How about that?
Yeah, we need that. We do. We need
new mics, new setup, new all the things.
These have been good. These are our original setup.
Yeah.
We didn't have a clue what we were doing. No, we just grabbed what Gabriel found, like I think you found it in a course.
Yeah,
that we took.
Like the recommended.
And they're good. They're really good. But we feel like that the quality can be even better.
Yeah.
And so so we definitely want to look into that.
I just don't know if I like this whole situation.
Yeah, it's
annoying.
So
how y'all doing? It's been
a week.
A rough start to the week.
Man,
R.I.P. to Kobe Bryant and Gigi.
And then the others, I don't know. Unfortunately, we don't have the other 7 names, off the top of my head. But man, just wow. It's just it's interesting how someone a sports figure, a public figure like that can. Obviously it's just sad for anyone to lose their life.
Absolutely.
In general. Yeah. Like just in general. It's sad that all 9 of those individuals
had to lose their life.
That's the saddest part. But then as obviously being Kobe, one of the greatest basketball players, when you talk about the greatest basketball players, you talk about 3 people. In essence, most people talk about 3 people: Jordan, Kobe, and now LeBron. Mm-hmm. That's what the conversation is usually. Yeah. And to think that a sports figure like that he's just 41 years old, and then he was with his daughter, which made it even more devastating as a father and as a parent. We're just like,
it just took it to a whole nother level. First of all, just so many factors. First of all, he was 41. We are 37.
He just retired 3 years ago. It's not like
41. nobody thinks they're gonna die at 41.
No.
Nobody. Like, I'm at least make it to 50. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no, you
nobody.
Make it a lot farther than 50.
And, well,
you
preferably.
175.
I don't know that I want to be 175.
We go in the biblical ages, okay? Like early Genesis ages, okay? Early Genesis. Because late Genesis, they go back down.
But first of all, like, the age thing, it's always that instant reminder that we are not in control of the time we have here on Earth. And then, second of all, that it was with his daughter. She was 13.
Man.
I mean, so many factors that just heightened it. Like, you know, people are like, why are you so upset about somebody you ain't never met? Like, if you don't feel anything from that, something might be wrong.
Because here's my thing. Yeah,
situation.
because what you have to think about as a parent, like what I think about as a father, and not only for just Kobe and Gigi, but also for there was a father and a mother and their youngest daughter on the helicopter as well. And just to think about as a father, you know, what had to have been going through, you know, your mind, my whole life as a father is I want to love and protect my kids. I mean, literally, I give my life for my kids. I give my life for my wife. Like, that's it. Like, there's no question. That's it. You know, like, and that's the part that I think really just makes you just, wow. Yeah. Like, you know, it's numbing to think about someone having to go through that and go through that. You know,
man, what, I can't even imagine what Vanessa
and then, on the mother's,
right now, like, I literally, I don't want to know what that's like to lose.
No, I
to just, like your heart. It's just your heart just breaks for the whole situation.
Yeah.
And it's like you're angry, you're sad, you're like, why? And then you're like, man, what am I doing in my life that is a waste of time?
Waste of time. Yeah.
A waste of time that I can't even control how much of it I have. What is it that I'm doing that I don't absolutely love? And do I have to keep doing that? That's kind of what it made me think of.
No, absolutely.
Just like, wow. I mean, life is legit short. We say that and we know that all the time. And a lot of times it takes somebody passing for it to come up fresh in our mind. And it's just like the reality of it is like all that money can't keep you here.
Yeah.
All the fame can't keep you here. The I can never say that.
Notoriety.
Notoriety. I can never say that word. Like, none of that matters at the end of the day.
Yeah, none of that protects you from what God has planned. You know, what the fate is of your life. You know, and
it's interesting.
It's one of those things. I think what Gabriel summed up really well is that it makes you, or at least it should. Mm-hmm. I think that you should, you know, look at it. You know, here's the thing: if you're sad because of it, that's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. It's tragic. It's tragic. It is tragic. Yeah, not just because it's Kobe Bryant, because it's just tragic in general.
Yeah.
But like, I think that for Gabriel and I, it's just like really, I've always been the type of, I try not to stress the small things, right? And I always tell Gabriel, don't stress the small things.
Yeah.
You know, you know, it's small in comparison to everything that's going on. Is. And that's not this situation, but just like, you know, like if you're mad
because Babe cut pizzas we made homemade pizzas and he cut them on the baking sheet, and I was mad because he scratched up my good baking sheet. It's fairly new, and I was like, you're not supposed to cut the pizza on the baking sheet.
I was like, my bad.
I was so mad. And then I was like, why am I so mad?
Yeah, you know,
in the grand scheme of things, who cares?
The grand scheme of things, exactly. And I think that's what you just have to go through when things like this happen. You have to just take the moment just to say, you know, how am I spending each day? Yeah. Am I loving the best way I can? Yeah. Am I being thankful enough for what I do have and not being, you know, just mad because of what I don't? Yeah. You know, am I wasting time and energy, you know, judging other people? I mean, there's so many things people do each day that, you know, is it really, you know, is it worth it? Would you look back, would you be able to look back and say, you know, I really I really, used the best of my time. And I'm guilty of not.
Yeah.
Gabrielle's guilty of not. And that's what we
all are.
And that's what we want to make sure we're doing, man. And I think that's,
And I was about to say, another thing that makes you think is, like, what is your legacy? How will people remember you when you leave? Will they have great things to say about your character?
Yeah.
Or will they have bad things to say about your character? Like, literally, like, what is the impact that you make on the stranger that you come across when you're walking down the street?
Yeah.
Are you smiling? Are you being friendly? Are you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody has their days, but just what are people going to say about you?
Yeah, what are people going to say about you? Absolutely. Like,
yeah.
I mean,
because, he was a great basketball player, but he was also a loving father and a great husband, and he was doing things in the world now that he was retired that he wanted to do, helping people, and it's just like, man,
continuing to change the landscape of basketball, and especially for women. He had obviously with having his daughters, and like he was starting to build a legacy of helping women's basketball grow and become more equal. In the way it should be in comparison to men's basketball. And I think that alone right there, to have someone so big in basketball like Kobe do that for women, for women's basketball is amazing. I mean, I think that's, it's just tragic.
So, you didn't mean to
social media,
on with a downer, but it's just one of those things that I think we've all probably been thinking about since we heard the news on Sunday. So it didn't make sense for us not to mention it, because I still think about it. We watched that final game last night, and I was just in tears.
I watched the final game, watched his final speech there at the end, and I've been kind of staying off of social media honestly for the last couple of days. I've been trying, because every time you go on there,
you see it.
There's another reminder of someone paying tribute, and it's just like it's just sad.
Yeah, and it can be triggering for so many people. So
it's just sad. So.
Okay, so
so let's just jump into the
question of the day.
Because I think that is good. Hopefully
going to lighten the mood. Hopefully we get a good one. I feel like the last few questions of the day,
if it ain't good, if it got anything to do with anything crazy, we're not doing it.
Let's move on. Okay,
my turn to pick.
Oh, is it your turn to pick a number? Yes, I did.
Let's go with 69.
Oh, that's not what I thought you were going to say. I thought you were going to say like number 8 or number 24.
You know what? That's great. Let's go ahead. Let's do the original Kobe number, and let's go with 8.
Okay. Number 8.
I went 69.
You did. Like
69.
You see where his mind is.
Is it a good one, or is it bad? Is it bad?
I mean, I think that it is a good one for people to think about, but for us, obviously, I think you guys already know the answer to this. I'll read it and you can decide whether it's even worth the time. If you could anonymously and safely destroy any one person's reputation online through various postings, would you? If so, who and why? Welcome to the story of our lives. People have done that. Been there, done that. Okay,
been there,
tried.
Been there and tried.
Yeah,
but it don't work because.
Why would you ever want to ruin somebody's?
No, 100%. No,
I don't get it.
100% no.
Yeah. And I don't even think there's a need for discussion on that. If somebody is out there and it's anybody that you want to harm them by ruining their reputation,
get a life.
I mean, not even that, but just check your internal, like, what is it that you're holding on to? Is there unforgiveness there that you need to let go of? Because revenge is not ours. There's people that hurt us every day, all the time.
Or if you don't know the person that you're trying to tear down.
Right. Is it somebody that you really think you know, but you don't know them? You just
what
watch
is wrong?
them?
I'm confused.
Yeah, like, what are you going to get from that? If there's anybody out there that, if that one person came to your mind, ask yourself, what would you get by doing that?
Absolutely, 100%.
Would you feel any better by doing that? And if you would, you might want to spend some time in prayer and ask God to help you forgive that person.
Yeah, because that's...
Or let go of whatever that ill will is that you have.
Because let's be honest, if you're spending all the time trying to tear someone down that ain't thinking about you, That's your issue.
What did I say about
That's
it?
your issue.
What could you be getting done with that time instead?
Bro.
Okay,
Bro.
like what could you
Man.
be launching? What could you be studying? What could you be learning? Like what are the things?
How could you? You could be Gwenning out here.
Not Gwenning.
You could be Gwenning, but you Galoosing, okay, or Glossing. I don't know what you.
I don't think that I have watched Love and Hip Hop since that season.
You could be DJ Self. You could be
That's
Gwenning.
back when Cardi was on there.
I know that was back when
Man.
Cardi and DJ Self. That's hilarious.
Man, Gwenning. That's hilarious.
What's Self doing with his self?
What is, you know what? What is Love and Hip Hop doing right now? Like, I don't even watch it. Do you guys watch Love and Hip Hop? I haven't watched it since Cardi was on there.
Tell me about it.
Honestly, like, yeah. So I don't know. Should we do another question or that one?
No, I mean that's a good one because I think that's a good lesson. If you're holding on and harboring ill feelings towards someone that's not in your life anymore, even if they are in your life, or especially if they're not in your life,
if they don't even know you.
Then you just got
you
again. It goes back to what we were saying about the tragic thing that happened this weekend. Mm-hmm. What are you doing with your life? Like, how can you? Why aren't you spending all that effort and energy on the people that you do love and that do love you? Like, spend the energy there.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man.
Turn it in from negative to positive. Put out positive energy.
Bro, it's crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy. It's such a fitting question.
Such a fitting question.
Woo.
But you know what? It's also, it doesn't matter what anybody else thinks about you.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's something in your situation.
Thanks, boo. Thanks, boo.
Oh, you still got a song?
Is it still got a song?
Y'all, babe, about this. About this beard
it's
oil.
Not super soft.
It's still kind of soft.
Is it?
It smells amazing, y'all. It smells.
Man.
It smells really good.
She couldn't keep her hands
off
it, man.
He brought it home and I was like sniffing it like, when you gonna put that on? So
I'm gonna put some on. We pause the podcast right now. Hey, this is 4D, y'all. Like, scratch and sniff the screen. Scratch and sniff the screen.
But it is legit, like, and it made his beard feel all soft.
Yeah, so I'm gonna put some. I'm gonna try to do whatever because it's something that she has said that it's a little rough, and so I want to make sure that when she comes in for the kiss or when I come in for the kiss, she's.
Yeah, I got something new for you to try too. I got another skin product for you to try. I've been like, obviously skincare is important. Mm-hmm. I take care of my skin. I've been trying to get Babe into, taking more care and doing things like that. So, I have a new product that I want to tell you guys about. And you probably have already heard of it, but it's called Glossier. And let me tell y'all, I have been a fan of Glossier for a really, really long time. So I was excited when they wanted to work with us and they sent me more of, because yes, I already had some of their Milky Jelly Cleanser. And when I tell you it is amazing, it's amazing.
That's the
one I want you to try. I feel like you're going to really like it because it's like, you know how sometimes like when you go places and you feel like you can tell like when something it feels expensive and like it just gives you that feeling of luxury. Yeah. Like that's what it's all about. Okay. So I wanted to tell you guys about it. It is their Milky Jelly Cleanser. It's a luxurious creamy gel formula that makes washing your face an elevated experience. Let me upgrade you, Shawty, and elevate your washing experience. I'm ready for that, girl. So their Milky Jelly Cleanser is one of their top selling products and people are obsessed. In 2015 they actually asked what people would want in a cleanser. So they took all of these responses and they came up with the Milky Jelly Cleanser. So I highly recommend it. It's the perfect way to kick off your skincare if you don't even have like a skincare routine. Just starting off with a really good cleanser is gonna take you further than if you was just washing your face with regular soap. You know what I'm saying? It's dermatologist tested.
What I do.
Yes. Hypoallergenic, non-irritating, cruelty, and paraben free. So you definitely cannot beat that. So yeah, if you want to get that glowy, dewy skin, then I highly recommend it. You can give yourself this gift by visiting Glossier.com/podcast/LMO, and you can learn more, and they have like a quiz on there so you can find out like what your ultimate Glossier skincare routine would be. And then all new customers, you can get 10% off of your first order on Glossier.com/podcast/LMO. So that's Glossier.com, GLOSSIER.com/podcast/LMO. So
there you go.
Get your life upgraded.
Yes.
Come back and tell me what you think about it. Okay?
That's right. So shout out to them for being
them.
one of our sponsors. We appreciate that.
We appreciate that. So we're gonna get into today's topic.
Let's see. Let me pull it up here on the handy dandy computer.
Yeah. Well, before we get to that, we've got it's interesting because we have the perfect Ask Gabe and Babe question to go with this topic. So we had this question, and we were like, you know what? Why don't we talk about this? Because
we've been talking about it.
We've been talking about this, and it's crazy. Like, I almost don't even want to put it out there because I don't want to get nobody's hopes up. But we have legit been discussing the possibility of a third child.
Yes. See how I take that big old gulp of water?
I know.
Because
we were like dead set on we're done. We have one of each.
Yeah,
why don't we get a third? Like literally. But I just feel like everybody and their mama is pregnant right now. And to be honest, I have a little bit of baby fever. Like Reagan is growing up. She just turned 2.
She's so
she
big.
is getting even more independent and
she's just such a big girl.
It just makes me miss the baby.
You know, it's one of those things where, but you know, it's also Chad has been, you know, Chad Jr.
Oh my gosh, he's like a big boy now.
He's like, I want, you know, he's a big boy, but then he's like, you know, I want us to have another baby. He said
that the other day. Actually.
You know, it's
yeah. I was like, what if we had? He was like, what if we have 2 more? I was like, bruh. Let me tell you that right now. That's not happening.
Bro, I was like, look, mommy and daddy will practice, but we ain't going. We're not trying to hit no home run now, okay?
So yeah,
I
don't know. I've just been having like dreams and like just this urge to have another baby, which is so weird. Like just little things I'll see and I'll be like, oh. You know, and we had a conversation. We keep having a conversation because it comes up every now and then, and I'm like, what do we do with the third?
But it was like a deeper conversation this last time.
It was.
It was like it wasn't like just a kind of just brush to the side. It was more like
like I really want a third baby.
So
but do I though?
It's interesting. Well, because here's the thing. Okay, like we know that babies.
Come with a whole lot.
Well, but we know that they're a blessing from God, right? Like
the child is a blessing to you.
The child is a blessing to the both of us. Unfit mother, swallow that baby. Y'all ever seen 4 Christmases with Vince Vaughn?
Oh,
one of the funniest scenes of any movie ever.
Yeah.
But like so what I was saying is like, Chad Jr. obviously came pretty easy.
Mm-hmm.
Still God had to make it happen.
Yeah.
Reagan
did not come easy.
We'll link our whole story,
whole journey with her
down in the show notes for you or in the description box.
Yes.
But
she's our IVF miracle baby.
IVF miracle baby. So, but she's again a blessing from God. God had to make it happen.
Yeah.
So we're talking about this time. But after we had Reagan, we're like, we're good, we're done. Because we're not going to pay.
I'm absolutely not paying.
We're not going to pay for IVF
no.
or go through that process again for a baby because that's not what we don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Right? It was hard on Gabrielle. It was really tough on her body, and and
emotionally,
it was just tough. Yeah, lots of stress because you don't know if it's going to work. And so all that stuff. But so now it's like we're like, well, look, I mean. Well, God, you gave us IVF last time, and you helped get us through that, and you made it happen. But look, if we were gonna do that, you're gonna have to do all of it because we not
out all the stops. Okay,
and he can do it.
I mean, he can do it. It's nothing too hard for him.
But we're like, man.
But in our I would say not our, but in my, small mind, my human mind. It's like there's no way in hell we're going to get pregnant again after everything we had to go through to have Reagan. Like, there's no way. You know what I'm saying? And we're not, I'm not on birth control. We don't, let's get real here. We use the trusty pull-out method, which isn't so trusty. But it's so funny. I had my, my annual, and my doctor was like, so, you want to talk about birth control? And I'm like, no, not really. And she was like, well, you doing anything? And I was like, yeah, the pull-out method. And she was like, well, that doesn't work. So as long as you wouldn't be upset if you got pregnant, go for it. And I was like, thanks, Doc. Thanks, appreciate it. But I think we're good over here just because it took so much for it to happen the second time
But
around.
we know people that that adopted
and then
got pregnant.
Yeah, I mean, because that's how God works. That's how God works. He's like, let me show you how it's really done.
Yeah, you didn't think it's gonna happen?
So,
okay.
But here's a conversation that I had with a chiropractor like a year ago or so. We was talking about if I was done, and I was like, yeah, I think we're done. And he was just talking about how him and his wife had the conversation, and he was talking to another friend, like they were getting ready to do like the whole snip, and he was like, how they got to that point was they had to envision that if, God forbid, something ever happened to one of their kids, would they ever want to try again? Or would they be okay not having the option to try again? And I was like, wow, that's an interesting way to think about it. Like, that's how you know for sure you're done.
Yeah.
But if something happened and you were left with one, would you ever want to try again for another one? And I was like, dang, that's kind of morbid to think of it that way. But I mean, it is, I guess that is a way to think about it. I don't know. So we're having this conversation with you because we've never really talked about so what are the pros and cons of having a third child? And is it bad to say cons for having a kid? But I mean, we do have a lifestyle.
Well, no, I think that a con, it's not saying that having a baby is
a bad thing.
It's a bad thing.
That's what we're saying.
But adding on, one of the cons is obviously it is, Gabriel's, 37.
Yeah.
Doctors.
Advanced maternal age.
Say that it can be tougher on a woman's body.
It can be.
It can be. It doesn't have to be.
It doesn't have to be, but based on my two pregnancies,
she's had
the second one was worse.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So she had 2 tough pregnancies. So there's do we want to put Gabriel through that kind of stress?
Yeah.
So that's a con.
That is a con.
That doesn't mean that having the baby wouldn't be amazing. It's just that, we have to understand that, Gabriel's health is also very important to us. You know what I'm saying? And we need to make sure that, look, I need Gabriel here. Yeah. Simple as that. That's...
I mean, it is. My pregnancies weren't that rough. Let's not make it seem like it was that bad. But there's always more of a risk for things
as you get a little bit older.
Exactly. Is what we're trying to say. But people are out here having babies at 42 and 43 and 50. So
it's all possible.
It's all possible.
But that
would be a con
though.
on our list. Obviously. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
I think another con that I can think of is we would need a bigger car. I don't know that we could get three car seats.
Yeah.
And Chad is in a booster, but I still don't think that we can get 3 in the Jeep.
No, it would, no.
I don't think that would work.
Not at all.
It's not gonna work.
So we'd have.
We could put Siege in the middle. Would his booster fit in the middle?
No, it's too wide. No, sweetie, the Jeep would not work.
I'm
So that means
give up my Jeep.
we'd have to get a third row vehicle.
Yeah.
We could
sure. get that nice Hyundai.
Yeah, get a nice Hyundai. Exactly.
But that would be another con. We'd have to get a whole new car. Let's talk about a pro. Okay, obviously bringing life into this world, having a bigger family, that is what excites me. When I think about having a third kid, I think about not even the trying years, when they're toddlers and potty training and breastfeeding and sleep training and all of that, because those are all cons in my but having kids that are older, and once they get older and they're in high school and then they go to college and then they have these families and we can have big holidays, and you know what I'm saying? I don't know. And you can do that with 2 kids.
Absolutely.
But when I think of more kids, I think of how much fun that would be older, and being grandparents. And,
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It's a thought.
So are we gonna have a third baby?
What's another pro?
Who knows?
Let's think of another pro.
Another
sibling for our kids. Reagan gets to be a big sister.
She gets to be a big sister.
She'd also become the middle child. But I don't know how I feel about the middle child theory. Is it really a thing? I don't think so, because Mark is a middle child.
Mark's a middle child, and he turned out,
he was fine. Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't say fine. If you listen to Mark, I love you, but I'm not sure you're fine. But you might, you okay, you good, but I don't. I don't think that matters. I mean, you know, everybody's twos aren't terrible.
Right.
You know?
True.
Like, so Chad's twos weren't terrible.
No, not at all.
Reagan's could be. We're praying that they're not.
A little extra sass.
She's a little extra sass.
A little extra attitude.
Yeah. She's definitely
different from Chad Jr.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
so I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, so
we've got bigger family.
Bigger family.
Reagan would be a big sister.
Big sister.
Chad would have another sibling because he's asked for one.
Mm-hmm. And then the, you know, I mean, pros. Another pro would be. You
can't think of another pro. What is another pro?
I don't know. I mean, there are pros.
I mean,
we're putting ourselves on the spot.
Yeah, we just get to experience that all over again.
I mean, I think a pro, like in general, is just like, you know, we're fascinated that we have 2 kids now.
I know.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so to have a third, like, wow, we got 3 whole kids in it. Like, it would just be crazy to look at 3 little beings and say, wow, we brought these, you know, God brought these into the world through us. Like, wow. Like, I think that's a pro. Just like, wow. You know, like, we're already saying, wow, every day we look at Reagan and Chad Jr., we're just looking at him like, oh my goodness, these are our whole children.
I know, right?
Every day I do that. I'm
so crazy. Like, I literally remember talking about having children with you in Buffalo Wild Wings at Castleton.
It's crazy.
When we were dating. This was very, very early on. But we talked about wanting 2 kids. It's crazy, right?
It's crazy. I mean, it's just crazy. So obviously the pro is, you know, that. Just you know, just sharing something so special together.
Yeah. I think another con for me, though, I feel like in the grand scheme of things, I have way more cons than I have pros, which sounds horrible to say, but a lot of them are external pros, or maybe, you know what I'm saying, like things like, oh my goodness, I'm gonna have to breastfeed again. That's a whole nother 2-year journey.
That's a con for me too. Like, I'm trying to get the bad boys fully back, all mine, and they're finally mine.
I'm trying to get them pushed up too. Like, I'm trying to schedule surgeries to lift up these bad boys and everything. So, like, that's a con. I've lost all of my weight plus some. I feel like I look great. Like, it is a vanity thing, but I'm very happy with what I look like right now. Amazing. So I would have to literally start all over again. I'm 37. So if we got pregnant today, I would be 38 having a child. Like, that's if it happened today. You know what I'm saying? So
and we can definitely practice.
I can fool around and be 39 having baby number 3. You know what I'm saying? So
I mean, we can definitely practice. You know, today.
So that's a con. Then our house. Is our house big enough for a third child?
Well,
okay, wait. Our house is big enough for a third child. But then we wouldn't have a spare room anymore.
We wouldn't have a spare room?
We wouldn't have a spare bedroom anymore.
I mean, but
not that's like,
well, but at the same time,
always buy a new house too. But
yeah, we're, you know, but this, you know, but that is something to think about. You know, like, you know, we've also talked about, you know, what if one day we want to move somewhere? You know, we don't know if we want to, but maybe one day we do. Like, you know, just when you add another body, you know, another person to the family, then travel changes. Babysitter, you know, like, who about to watch 3 kids?
Who about to watch 3 kids?
And we gonna go financially, you know, hard up, like trying to have somebody babysit 3 kids.
Honey, because having them watch the 2, I'm like, at the end of the night, like, how many hours was that? Was that a whole?
Like, we trying to have, we're gonna have like 20 minute, we're gonna have 20-minute date nights. Like, how much we owe you? $6, perfect. Thank you so much for your time.
Seriously, like, I don't know how people with multiple kids do it. Like,
we're about to have the best night ever. We're gonna go to Starbucks, get a coffee, and come right back home.
I mean, and we also travel for work quite a bit, and sometimes it's just us. So, not even a babysitter, but who's gonna keep 3 kids for, you know, 2 to 3 days when we gotta go out of town? Like, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I guess, you know, there's always nannies. You can always hire a traveling nanny, but that's more money. Kids ain't cheap. That's another con. I mean, okay.
I mean, think about, you know,
we're talking about this, I feel like we have way more cons.
We have Reagan in a you know, a 2-day like school program.
And that's a whole car
payment. You know, I mean, it's a whole car payment. So we didn't, you know, I mean,
2 days a week.
And all of these things, you know, we would do.
I mean, obviously,
we would do. And
we would be happy about it. Like I feel like I would be upset at first, probably, if I got pregnant again, and then I would get over it very quickly.
I don't even know about upset. I don't think you'd be upset.
I would probably just be like, man,
oh my goodness, this is happening.
This is really happening. I got to readjust my whole plan for life because, well, I guess if we had a baby by next year, then we would still be on track. Because I don't want kids in my house at 60. Like I'm trying to be, you gone, I'm retired, we traveling, we doing our thing, you know what I'm saying? Yes. So I think at 38, 39, we'd be hitting 60, right at 60, you know, you got to give them time to decide whether they're going to go to college, if they're going to come back, if they're going to stay with us, you know what I'm saying? Like out.
Exactly. Like, so.
But it's a lot to think about, honestly. It's a lot to think about. I think about people who just be having babies, like. People with 3 and 4 kids. I'm like, wow. And if we started younger, then maybe.
Maybe, yeah. But we didn't.
But it's always that thought like, man, I'm going to be the old parent. Like, I already feel like I'm going to be the old parent because we got started so much later than what I wanted. In the grand scheme of things, what would I have done with a baby at 22, 23? I'd have been a wreck. But my mom had me at 22. So I always grew up like, I want to have kids young because I want to be the cool, hip mom, and I want us to be like friends and really close, like, you know what I'm saying? But honestly, and that doesn't really matter.
I think you are the cool, hip mom. I mean,
thank you,
sweetheart. I mean,
appreciate that.
Here's the thing, like, our kids don't fully get it right now.
Yeah.
But God has allowed us to be. To do a really cool job.
Yeah.
To work in a really cool career and build a business and, of which we're just so thankful for. I think that helps classify us as like, kind of like the cool parents. We're doing something pretty cool. That's like.
We think that, but I don't think that our kids will think that.
I'll give you our kids. I mean, I don't think kids ever think their parents are cool, right?
Do you ever really say, yeah, my mom's cool?
Like, I just found out, I play basketball every Monday night, and I just found out from one of the guys there, he's a real good guy, but his son comes and plays as well, and he's like a junior in high school. And he spilled the beans that he watches and follows me on social media all the time, but just was too so cool. Was too nervous to say that he did.
Yeah.
And we play against each other, play with each other all the time,
wait, the dad said this or the son watches? The son.
And so he's a 17-year-old in high school.
Cool.
So to think that, so I think that, I mean, we must be somewhat cool if a 17-year-old in high school watches right now.
We do have some younger kids that watch
so, I mean, but.
I don't know. It's an interesting conversation.
It's an interesting conversation.
And then, you know what another con is? This is all just, I don't want the pressure of trying to make a baby and the stress and the disappointment that comes with, okay, we're really going to try. And then what if 6 months down the road it hasn't happened? Like, I don't want to feel invested, to feel that disappointment all over again. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of one of those things like, maybe we should just wing it and see what happens, but then what if it doesn't happen and you're disappointed because it doesn't happen? You know what I'm saying?
No, that's good. I mean, that's
so I don't know. I would love to know, for all the parents that have 3 or more, like, how did you reconcile going from 2 to 3?
Yeah,
like, did you decide? Did you actually plan for it? Was number 3, like a, hey, I'm here, like, just conversation about having 3 kids. And then I always have this concern that there's not enough of us to go around. When they start to like outnumber us, like there's always gonna be one that neither one of us can have solely. You know what I'm saying? You grab her, I'll grab him.
Well,
what about the third one? Who gonna get the third one? Like,
we got Oscar. Oscar can do. I think we've been spoiled in the fact that God really spoiled us.
Yeah.
Because He gave us that 5 year apart with Chad and Reagan.
So we had like isolated time with both of them.
And Chad is he's a big boy. He's 7, so we don't need to give him, like, if he says he wants a snack and some water, he can get snack and water.
Yeah.
Like we let Reagan do that. She gonna make.
Honey, it's gonna be a mess.
Mess everywhere, right?
I mean, quiet as it's kept, it might be a mess with Chad Jr. sometimes.
It could be.
He careless like that.
He's funny, but we had another baby next year.
Ooh.
then we're gonna have 2 young ones.
Yeah, but Reagan would be out of diapers by then.
Yes.
So I don't know. It's so many things.
I don't
to
know.
think about.
Are we? We don't know. We don't know if we're gonna have a
and
third
we're not
baby.
actively trying.
We actively active.
We are actively active, but we're not actively trying.
No,
and
no.
I still don't see us
Right now,
not doing.
Right now, we're not on the scale. The scale. Oh, jeez, my bad. I hit the whole mic. The scale is like, for everybody's watching, you see, but like it's like I would say more to the no.
Yeah.
I
think we're like 70% no, 30%
Yeah,
yes.
exactly. So it's I don't know. It would take something to tip that.
The thought of it is great.
Yes, the
But
thought
the
of it is great.
execution of it is a whole different ball game that I don't know that we're prepared for.
Yeah.
Or that we even want to go down that road.
I don't know, man. It's just that's just.
I don't know.
It's a big one.
It's definitely something to think about.
But we would love to know any of
yeah.
you that have went from 2 to 3.
Please let us know.
How did you make that decision? Was it just you knew you were going to do it?
Mm-hmm.
Especially, I'd love to hear from the folks that like didn't think they wanted a third.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
How did it happen to where you had a third? Like,
right, and then how did you feel after the third?
Yeah, exactly. And how's it been since you've had a third?
Obviously, I'm sure you can't even imagine your life without that third.
Probably so.
That's how it goes. You know what I'm saying? But like, I'm sure we had another baby a year later, we'd be like, why did we ever doubt this? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like, yeah. So I don't know. Let us know.
We have a name too, so
we do. We have a boy name. We don't have a girl name, but I would really love to.
But
that is a pro.
But the name could work though.
I don't think that it's a unisex name. You think it's a unisex name?
Yeah.
Have you ever met a woman named that? Because I have not.
Well, no, I haven't.
Exactly. I not my baby girl. But for a boy, it's perfect.
Perfect, yeah.
For a boy, it's perfect, and I would love to use that name. I guess we'd have to just get another dog.
Get a dog. Get a cat. Something y'all ain't allergic to.
Okay, but we don't have another girl name. I used to have another girl name years ago because I always wanted 2 girls.
And you thought you were going to name Reagan even almost got named that.
No, she didn't. The other name, that was a new name.
Oh, that was a new name.
You know what? We never shared with you guys what Reagan's other name was. What she almost was. I don't know. Maybe we'll share it on the vlog.
Well, why don't y'all take some guesses?
I know. What did y'all think the other name was?
What do you think that was
I'm
the
sure
challenger?
nobody will ever guess it.
You never know, maybe.
And I'm so grateful that we stuck with Reagan.
Yeah, I'm very
because
glad.
she's totally a Reagan.
But yeah, what do you think? What do you think the name that we toyed with even had a whole wall decal created?
I got 2 of them made, just in case.
So we've got So what do you think it was? I would love to see if anybody gets it right.
Yeah. So it's. I was gonna say we actually have an Ask Gabe and Babe question about this. So we're bringing it back. Finally, a new Ask Gabe and Babe. So the email says, my boyfriend and I are 25 years old and we have been in a relationship for 6 years. Ever since the beginning of the relationship, I have told them I wanted to have at least my first child before I turned 29 or 30. However, he has always said he wanted financial stability before having a child, which I understand. Fast forward to a month ago, he said that we can start trying to have a child mid next year. This was the end of last year, so mid this year. At first, I was happy, but now not so much. Reasons being, number 1, we aren't financially stable. And number 2, when I question him about it, why he wants a child, he says... when I questioned him how much he wants a child, he said about 40%, which I don't think is good enough. And then third, he says he's mainly doing it for me because I've wanted a child since forever and he thinks I've waited long enough. After going through all the reasons in my head, I am now torn between going ahead with the plan or should I wait until he is fully into having a child? Please help. Girl. First, off top, no. I'm not having a baby with a man that's 40%.
No.
First of all.
No. Are they married?
And second of all, he ready to give you a baby, but he not ready to put a ring on your finger? That is confusing to me because you guys have been together for 6 years.
Yeah, where's the ring?
And you're still not married. And I don't want to sound like I'm preaching like marriage is the only option because some people just don't like that's not their
and that's not even the point of asking that question.
But it just seems like maybe you guys would want to look into that step before having a child. Like, you're 25, you got time, girl. You got time. You got 4 more years until you are 29. 4 more years.
And that's my thing, is that you've been together for 6 years. So you've
been together through your young years.
You've been together through your young years. You're 25 now. Now y'all can rent a car. Okay.
You get lower insurance
rates, all that good stuff. Like, my thing is, yes. Why? Where's the talks of making a lifelong commitment to you? Because let's be honest. Yeah. For some men, a lifelong commitment is not a baby.
Yeah.
Like, if he's saying that he's just doing it for you, bro.
I don't want that.
No, no.
Because he could get mad at you and change his mind.
And say, you know what?
And peace out.
Or just peace out after you've had the baby, because not saying that he's that type of person. We don't know. I mean, but there has to be some kind of commitment. Yeah. That I want to be with you long term. I want to build a life with you, and you know what? Having a family is something that I want to do.
Right, because having a baby is not a one-sided. He feels like you've waited long enough. What does that mean? Like, you're going to be halfway there because you're not really interested? Like, I don't need you to be a 40% dad. I need you all in 100%.
That's well put.
You know what I'm saying?
That's well put. Yeah, we don't know 40% dads out here.
It's okay. Like, yeah, I want a baby, but I also want the baby to have a stable family and not just...
Yes.
You know.
Here's the thing.
I don't need you to give me that just to, you know what I'm saying? It's almost like, well, you've waited long enough. I'll grant you that. I don't even like the way that sounds. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Like, here's my thing. I always think of this. I always think of this. This is a saying that I've always said. Anybody can be a parent, but not everybody can be a mother or a father. And what I mean by that is that, you know,
anybody can have a baby.
Anybody can have a baby. Yeah. Like, anybody can have a baby, and it happens all the time. Where you know,
all the time.
Just where it happens. But to be a father or to be a mother, to like those to me are like earned titles. Yeah. Like, you know, you love your child, you love that little boy or little girl, and you know, like it's so much pride in being their mother or their father. That's what you want. You want your significant other to be that excited about being a father, right? Or a mother. You don't want them to be, well, I mean, you want one. I mean, whatever. If you want it, okay.
Yeah,
you don't want. I mean, come, that just don't even.
Because as much as you'd like to feel like, or even think like, well, once the baby gets here, he'll change, or he'll be so in love. That don't happen for everybody. So I wouldn't bank on that happening.
That's not a safe way to go into it. Yeah.
Yeah. So your question is, should you go ahead with the plan, or should you wait until he's fully into it? I think that you should absolutely wait until he's ready. Or, I mean, you know, I don't know what your relationship status is like, but I think that you guys should probably sit down and have a conversation about,
where are we going?
Where are we going? We've been at this for 6 years.
Yeah.
Why
are you still my boyfriend? Why am I still your girlfriend?
Exactly.
Like,
are we gonna build a life together? Because if we're not gonna build a life together, I don't want to
build a baby with you.
Exactly. Like, that's not the end.
You go get a Build-A-Bear. Go do Build-A-Bear.
Like, that's not the end result. And you are so young. And I know at 25, I was wishing that I was pregnant and had a kid too. But you legit have, in theory, you have time. We never know how much time you have. But you are young. You're not 35. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You definitely have some time to figure that out. So we hope that this answers your question. Yes. We obviously, you know, aren't telling you what to do. You got to make the decision.
We're not professionals. It's our opinion
that you want to do, but you asked for our advice. So there you have it. Hopefully it's helpful.
Hopefully it helps. And we just want you to be happy.
Yeah.
Ultimately, we want you to be happy.
Yeah, absolutely. If anybody that's listening or watching, if you got something to add or some advice for her, leave it in the comments.
Leave it with love.
Leave it with love. Yes, and hopefully you didn't think that we were like mean about it, but it's just like at 25, it's all with love, girl.
Don't think at 25. Don't think that this is it. This is
your last chance. Yeah. Like you got time to wait.
Yeah.
So, with that, thank you guys for
Yes.
listening and watching. We hope that you enjoyed this episode.
Yes, we did.
Please let us know how much you loved it and what parts resonated with you by commenting. You can tweet us at Let's Make Out Pod. You can hit us up on Instagram or Facebook at Let's Make Out Podcast.
That's
We'd
right.
love it if you would like screenshot listening to us and like post it on your stories, or maybe post your favorite part on your stories.
Yes.
And share, get the word out there so we can add more people to the tribe.
That's
and,
right. Yes, we appreciate all of y'all. We you know, again, we see.
Thanks for rocking with us.
Thanks for rocking with us. We see all of the ratings and the reviews that you guys leave us on iTunes and the other platforms, and we're blown away by just everything. You guys are amazing, and we hope to continue to, you know, bring great content, stuff that you enjoy.
So with that, if you have any suggestions, topic suggestions, leave those as well. Send us your Ask Gabe and Paige questions to Let's Make Out Podcast at gmail.com. And yeah, we'll see you next week.
That's right, next week.
All right, guys.
All right.
Bye.
Deuces.
Woohoo! 3 in a row, shawty.
Yeah.
We on a roll here.
Consistency, y'all. We told you.
Consistency.
Yes.
Man, so hope y'all enjoyed that. And we'll see you next week.
That's right. Deuces.
Bye, guys.